One of the many things I've been asked is how to dedicate a space for Lilith.
Very well. Get on with it!
Step 1. Invite Lilith. I'll be reading my invitational for my book. Maven of the night, upon flight of black wings, egalitarian of the aware, upon grace of poise and flow, the light soon to die, for my power is nigh, for she of shadow arrives, to flight, to grace and poise, to captivate, to empower and allure. Man's tale ends in passing, but I'm not a man's, and I will not die. After inviting her, we now gotta purge and dedicate the space to her. So I have this piece of selenite that I'll be using to purge and cleanse the space. I'll be like knocking it energetically against the wood to kind of give the energy a bit of a jolt, whack it a few times, and going in reverse, counterclockwise, to kind of purge the energy out of it. Then from there, I'm going to purge and neutralize the space by diffusing an essential oil mixture, going counterclockwise, and just really cleansing it out, making sure there's no remnants of the previous state that was there, and going reverse faster, kind of like the wax on, wax off. Then I'm grabbing a simple damp sponge to actually infuse with Lilith's oil mixture. Just going to put a few drops and get it pretty much all within the sponge. Now that the sponge has her oil within it, I'm now going to be going clockwise on the wood, making sure I get every corner and every area on the wood. Next will be the altar cloth and the foundation. So I have two options here. I can go with this one. Not really feeling that one. Okay, that one is more up her alley. So I'm going to be putting it onto the space and securing it. And also, like how I infused the wood, I'm going to also infuse the altar cloth with the same sponge that has her oil in it. Perhaps the most important is your representation of Lilith. I have in a frame a image that best represents Lilith. Yeah, I know, it's a Magic the Gathering character, so what? Deal with it. Then I'm going to grab Lilith's oil and put it on my hand. Not going to use the sponge. Now with my palms greased with her oil, I'm now going to go onto the image and go onto the four corners, making a square, and then gently massaging in her oil into the frame's image. Then I prop it up facing outward towards me. And now comes the fun part and the decorative part. First off, I'm going to turn on this dedication candle I made her a while ago. I thought about using this thing to keep it standing, but I decided meh with it. First and foremost, I'm going to be putting her jewelry, which is this gold and white diamond sapphire bracelet, and place it on top of the representation of her. Next will be this black heart pendant, which will be going right in the middle. And then I'll be taking 4 amethyst pieces and putting them 2 on each side. I'm going to be then taking these imitation rose petals. I know if I had a real rose, I'd be using them, so don't even think about starting anything, Milkshake. And what I'm doing is I'm actually making it look like the candle is blossoming from the flower petals. And then will be a mixed drink called.
Off with his hand!
I'll be placing it on her left side. Then I'll be putting in her dedicated incense box, a cone of dragon's blood incense, Then I'll be placing black obsidian all around the red rose petals. And yes, I just tickled the incense smoke. Don't look at me like that. Then of course put her oil in her space. I'm also gonna add this little stick of lavender. Then this shungai pyramid in the front. What? So what if I like playing with the incense? Deal with it. Don't be hating now. And last but not least, the closing prayer, which is important. Alas, Maven of Shadow, retire I must. Assure you I do vow that we resumeth our wanderlust. With jet rose flowing hair, with serpentine ebb and flow, with wings of owl veiled in shadow, with the sound of ecstasy from animals of wild, saith again, man's tale ends in passing, but I am not of man's, and I will not die.